Okay, some A, some B. Start. Let's start in child's pose. About to drink of water. Okay, child's pose to start our practice. And since we're starting our practice, there's some options for your knees and your hips if they're not ready to be in child's pose like so. You can lift your hips into the puppy pose and just stretch your arms out wide. You could start right here, or if it feels better, to shift those hips all the way back towards your heels for child's pose, feel free. And maybe your knees are together, in which case you could rest your hands by your sides, palms up. Or maybe you spread your knees wide, and then it makes more sense to have your arms out in front. Just settle in and breathe. Arriving on our mat. Arriving on our mat, and what does that mean? Can we turn our focus inward to our body and the sensations we feel in our body? Breathing right into those sensations and noticing them without judgment. Just curiosity. There's one side of your hip that seems more tight than the other. Just curious, just noticing. There's one knee more tender, just noticing. Doing that gentle inventory of your body. Maybe moving your fingers forward a little more for one more breath. And then when you're ready, let's take our hands near our head and gently press up. We're going to slide forward actually onto our belly from here into Sphinx pose, elbows underneath your shoulders. Spread your palms wide on your mat. And then let your shoulders scrunch in, let your head kind of cave in, and then gently press up with the top of your head and your shoulders and feel the difference there. Creating length in your spine from the tail all the way to the crown of your head. Feel back bend here. Notice it without judgment. So we rounded our back in the last one, and here we are bending it. Maybe looking over your right shoulder, finding space in our neck now, and then back to the left. And then take your head up like a rainbow with your gaze all the way back to the right. And then maybe down with your chin towards your chest, all the way over to the left in that circle-ish manner. And then find your way back to a neutral head, gazing forward. We're going to slide our hands back underneath our shoulders. Take your hips back towards your heels, curl the toes under, find that toe stretch, roll back and forth. That feel good. And then finding your way back into hands and knees. You can flip your feet so that the tops of your feet are resting on the mat if you like. And then let your belly drop with your inhale. We'll do some cat cows, peeking up. And then when you're exhaling, round that back and curl that tail under. Press the top of your spine up, up, up. Do a couple rounds here, but let's slow that breath. We've noticed our body, noticed our back, our spine. Now let's notice our breath. Unite with your breath. Move with your breath. When you're ready to break out of the cat-cow, just move from side to side. Let that feel good. Let that feel nice and good. Before we move out of the table position, we're going to turn on our back and our low belly. So make sure that you turn on your low belly now, maybe placing your hand on your low belly with your left hand, just feel that. Then reach your left hand out straight. Take that right foot out behind for this spinal balance. Flex those toes. Reach that heel away from those fingertips. Reach, reach. We're just going to do one curl in with a knee towards the elbow, round the back like the cat. And then reach one more time. And then setting that hand down, the knee down, reach the right hand out in front, reach. Kick that left heel behind, that low belly is engaged. Reach, reach, reach away from each other. And then bring the knee and elbow together, rounding your back. Squeeze the air out. And then extend and reach. And then place the hand and the knee down, curl the toes under. Let's find our first downward facing dog. Spread those fingers wide, pedal out the feet gently. Let there be some bend in your knee if you need to, and then gently shake the head. Let's focus on getting that nice swoop in your back. Press your armpits towards your toes. The belly scoops in and up. Kind of hard to tell with my t-shirt here, but imagine that this low belly scoops in. Just exaggerate that scoop. Let that belly kind of suction cup in and up. Then find more space behind your legs, behind your knees. When you're ready, take that right foot high, bend that knee, let it bounce. Step that foot forward, and then take the left foot to meet it. Forward fold, a nice deep bend in this first forward fold. Grab your elbows and rock around. Rock around, let that feel good. And then gently start to rise, rolling up. One vertebrae at a time, circling your arms overhead. And then bring your hands back down by your side. Let's find a strong mountain pose before we begin our sun A. So roll the shoulders a little bit, maybe forward and back. And eventually forward and down and find the stillness. Notice how your hands hang here at this point. On purpose, engage those arms, engage the triceps. Your palms are facing forward, thumbs away from you, away from each other. The low belly is engaged, the tail is tucked under. Engage your thighs, your quads, and then check your feet. Maybe the outer edges of your feet could become more parallel by taking your heels out a little bit. Imagining you're feeling a little bit pigeon-toed. Active, strong foundation here. This is where we begin. Take a nice deep breath here inside out your mouth. Maybe another one. And then your next inhale, arms overhead. And then exhale, just fold forward. Inhale, press on your shins and peek forward, lengthen that spine. Exhale, plant your hands and step those feet back to the top of your plank. We're going to spend another breath here. So getting strong with those legs, just like we were in that mountain pose, but now we're in the plank position. And then whenever you exhale again, squeeze the elbows in and lower partway down. And then inhale to upward facing dog. The tops of your feet are down. Heart shines through between your arms. Curl the toes under, send the tail back and up, down dog. Let that feel so good. Scoop out that belly. Breathe. One more good breath. And take the left foot up. Bend that knee. Bounce that heel towards your hip, nice three-legged dog, but opening that left thigh and hip. And then step it forward. Pause here for a moment. And then step the right foot forward, bend forward. Maybe you hug the back of your legs this time. Let the head feel heavy. And then gently round up. Arms overhead. Bring the palms together, down in front of your heart space. And then hands down by your sides. Find that strong mountain pose. Engagement. Tuck the chin under, reach the crown of your head up. Feel that weight centered in your feet, balanced evenly in the soles of your feet. And then we're going to take the arms up and overhead this time and bend to the right. Kick that left hip out. Come back up, open. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Tuck the tail under yet. Arms back up and bend to the left. Maybe you're grabbing that wrist, maybe not, it's up to you. Then open that chest and swan dive forward. Hug the back of your legs. Press on those shins, peek forward. That's an inhale. And exhale brings us to the top of our plank and lower down immediately. And then inhale, up dog. Not rushing. Exhale, down dog. Take your time. Spread those fingers wide. Let the head be loose off of your shoulders and neck. Scoop out that low belly. Breathe. Imagine the eyes of your elbows facing forward, the crease of your elbow facing forward. Beautiful. Let everything go here except what needs to be on. Shoulders, arms, but the head is relaxed. Back of the body is relaxed. And then look between your hands and walk or step forward, however you like to get there. Press on those shins, peek up, lengthen that spine again. And then hug in. And we're going to round up. Arms overhead, palms together, down in front of your heart space. Roll the shoulders down and back. Release the hands down by your side. Strong mountain. And then arms overhead, reach up. Grab the left wrist. One more side bend. For each side, take your breath into account. We open at the top with an inhale. And then we bend with the next exhale. And then come back up and open. And exhale, fold forward. Press on those shins, peek up. And then take your hands down, step those feet back, shift forward and lower. Inhale into upward facing dog. And exhale into down dog. And this is where we pause in stillness. Belly scoops out. Breath is deep and wide. Beautiful. And then we're going to walk our hands back to our toes this time. Dangle here, let that feel good. Filling out those feet one more time. We're going to find our way into the chair pose from here. You could do it with your toes and feet spread a hip distance apart, or you could heel toe your feet together so the big toes touch, toes spread wide. And the outer edges of your feet are parallel, so the heels, there's a space between your heels. That's where I'm going to go, because then I can squeeze my knees together as we shift up into chair, sitting right back into the chair. So we still have that scoop in the belly, so not the best shirt for it. But imagine you've got that scoop in the belly here. The tail is kind of tucked under a little bit, not shooting out behind. So tail tucked under, nice engagement here. And find the arms, wherever the arms can go without too much strain, but with some engagement. So I'm gonna make my arms strong again, engaging the outer edges, maybe turning the thumbs outward, squeeze those thighs together if they are touching. Otherwise, you can isometrically engage your inner thighs if they're not. Maybe getting a little bit lower. And then let's rise and open. Ah, hallelujah. And then fold in. Hug the back of those legs, press on your shins, peek forward. And then walk to the top of the mat for that strong plank. Separate your feet a little bit if they were not. Press the top of the shoulders up. And then when you're ready, squeeze elbows in, lowering chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, down dog. Breathe. And let's take the right foot high, three-legged dog. Let that reach and feel good. And then step that foot forward, right underneath that right hand. From here, we're gonna pause. Feel the strength in the back leg. Also feel it opening where you can. And when you're ready, maybe then plant the back foot at that angle, ready to rise into warrior one. I'm gonna take my hips, adjust my feet so that my hips can point mostly forward. Hip points pointing forward, and then circle your arms up and sink in. Take as much time as you need to set up your lower body for a strong foundation. And then open to warrior two. Heel toe that front foot so it aligns with the back and sink in deeper. Reach those arms away from each other. Remember, the crown of the head moves up. And take that left hand behind your low back and reach the right arm up. Reversing at your warrior. And straighten out that right leg. Right arm moves forward, reach for triangle pose. Right hand down along that shin, and the left arm moves up. Creating that beautiful straight line of energy that's kind of pointing from the ground all the way to the sky. That right hand doesn't need to have so much pressure on that shin, but there's a connection there. Use your core, gaze up at that left hand if you can, reach that left arm up, press into both feet, engage those inner thighs again. Breathe. And let's shift back into reverse warrior, bending the knee, left arm behind, right arm goes up. And then we're going to finish this with a side angle pose. Bring that forearm, that right forearm towards your left knee, and then swing that left arm, rainbow it up over so there's a nice straight line from the back of your leg all the way through. Nice angle there. Maybe the thumb is pointing towards the ceiling and the pinky is down, engaging that forearm. And then finish that circle to cartwheel that left hand down inside that right foot. Bring the right hand down and prepare for three-legged dog. Taking that right foot up, twirl that ankle, bend that knee, appreciate this leg, shake it out, and then set the leg down when you're ready. Resituate, find your down dog. Breathe. Then the left foot goes up, reach, 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 maybe twirl the ankle. Step that left foot forward, right underneath that left palm, and we pause here, moving that left hand aside in a runner lunge. Feel a nice strong back leg, but opening this flexor in the left hip. Then pivot and plant the back foot and begin to rise for warrior one. Hips point forward. So do whatever you need to do there. Nice deep lunge, knee over ankle, then circle the arms up. We keep that tuck in the tail here and that low engaged belly so that stays strong and sturdy. We reach out of that pelvic bowl. Shoulders are down, but our arms reach. Strong legs. One more good breath here. And we're opening to warrior two. Heel toe that left foot so it's aligned with the right. You can get a little deeper here. Arms reach in opposite direction. Gaze over the front fingers. Breathe. Good breath. And gently take that right arm behind, left arm reaches. Find that reverse warrior. Let that feel good. Reach, reach, reach. Find that stretch along that side. And then straighten the leg. Reach the right arm out in front. Down for triangle pose. Right arm lifts up. Breathe. That feels so good. And engage those legs. Press into the feet. Rolling that right shoulder back. Reach, reach, reach. Then wrap that right hand behind again, back into reverse warrior, lunging into that front leg. Left arm reaches high. And breathe. And finishing with the side angle, left forearm to the left knee, right arm rainbows up and over towards the ear. Find that angle from the outer edge of that right foot all the way through those right fingertips. And remember, with your hand, you can engage the forearm. Thumb points up towards the ceiling, fingers reach. Now, not too much weight in this left arm. I'm using my core. There's a connection, but not a dependence. Breathe. We're going to take that right arm all the way down to the mat. Frame that left foot with your hands. Prepare for your three-legged dog when you're ready. Take that left foot high, however you need to get there. And bend the knee, shake out the leg. Whatever you need to do to help that feel restored. Then spread those fingers. Let the head go. Shake it a little bit from side to side. Breathe. Scoop out that low belly. Notice the back body. How does it feel compared to the beginning? Already generating lots of space. Then let's walk our hands back towards those toes. Do a ragdoll here. Grab your elbows and gently shake from side to side. Just taking in some great deep breaths and sighing out of your mouth. Beautiful. And then we're going to move into the last chair. Maybe you try the different version. Maybe if your toes are together, this time they're hips distance, or if they were apart, maybe this time you bring those toes together and have your heels apart. And when you're ready, swivel up into chair. Checking that scooped belly and that tail, that it's not going straight out behind, but you tuck it under so you have a nice, strong core. Breathe, sink lower. This time we're going to add a prayer twist. Bring the palms together. You could here just open the twist, or you can bring those palms together and take the left elbow outside of the right knee. This takes some patience, some trust and faith that we won't be here forever. Then let's take those arms back up and open to the other side, or take those palms together in the right knee outside the left, or the right elbow rather, outside your left knee. Just another breath or two. Strong. And then release, come back into regular chair, and all the way up, celebrate. Open those arms wide, imagine your body is a Y. Take those hands behind your back and open. Interlace those fingers, draw the knuckles towards the floor. Breathe, open up that chest. Allow your lungs to feel wide and deep. generating some beautiful heat. Take those arms up and then swan dive forward. We'll walk towards the front of the mat. Find the top of that plank. This will be our last chaturanga. Lowering down. Inhale. Lift tops of your feet down. And then curl toes under, down dog. Beautiful. We're going to go through that lovely flow, but we're not going to linger in each pose. We'll say hello to each pose and then change. A nice flow. So taking that right foot high, gently stepping it forward, right behind or underneath that right palm. Pivot and plant the back leg and rise into warrior one. Take your time. Sink in. Then open to warrior two. Arms out to a T. Change that stance with your feet. Wrap the left hand behind. Reach that right arm up. Beautiful. Straightening the right leg. Triangle pose. Reach forward with the right arm. And then tip your torso like a teapot. Left arm up. Strong in both of your legs. Reach. Find integrity in the pose before we move. Then take that left hand back behind, bend into the right knee again, lunging into reverse warrior, right arm up. And then take that hand to the top of your thigh, side ankle, swooping that left arm so that it can find a nice straight line, strong legs. And then taking that left hand down, framing your foot with both hands, pivot to the ball of the back foot, and take that right foot up into three-legged dog. Place the foot down when you're ready. Now we find the balance here, the stillness. Down dog in between is for the stillness. Stillness before we move again. When you're ready, take that left foot up, reach. Gently step it forward. Wide stance, rising into warrior one. When you're ready, no rush. We stay here, feel the pose completely. And then open into warrior two. Move that left foot so it aligns with your back foot. Sink in. Then wrap the right hand behind, left arm goes up, reverse that warrior. Straighten the left leg, reach forward, tip, triangle pose. Gaze up at the right hand. Beautiful. Back into reverse warrior, lunging deep, reaching high. And then side angle pose, left arm down, reach, find that lovely line. Peek underneath that right arm up towards the sky, ceiling. And then both hands at either side of that foot and take the left foot up. Be like a dog until you're ready to come down to down dog. Spread those fingers. Here is our stillness. Cool. And then from here, we're going to come down to our knees and to our seat and take your legs out in front. Okay, so we just generated some really lovely opening and heat. So we're going to take advantage. We're going to take our soles together, bring them the heels closer to your hips for butterfly pose. Press those feet together, wherever your hands are on your shins or your ankles. Take the shoulders back and down like we do. Reach the crown up. And then if it feels good from here, you can round forward. If not, just stay lifted upright. Maybe you bind your fingers around the toes, or you gently pull down a little bit, whatever feels safe. Find your edge without any pain. Thank you, inner thighs, relax, breathe right into those spaces. And gently coming up. We're going to extend just the left leg. Take that right sole of your foot into the inner left thigh. Nice connection there. And then let's take our arms up overhead. Flex those left toes, strong left leg, and then fold forward. Grab whatever's available, maybe the calf, or maybe the ankle, or maybe even the foot. Gently pull. We're finding length in the back body, not only the leg, not only the hamstring and calf, but your back as well. Where do you feel the strength, the stretch, or the lengthening in your back? The head relaxes, the end of the neck. And then gently release. We'll trade places with our legs. Left sole, inner right thigh. Nice strong right leg. Arms can circle up and fold forward. Let the head be heavy. Breathe. Feel the length in the back of your leg and the back space, back of your neck. And then gently release. And from here, you can bring those hands behind you, maybe the palms, well, the palms are on the floor, but maybe the fingers point towards the back as you extend the legs. And then just pressing the chest and the heart up, open the heart space, let the head fall back. Let that feel good. After our forward bend, opening across the chest and the heart. Beautiful. Then we're going to roll onto our back and take our knees into our chest. Take those knees into your chest. Give a nice hug, roll and rock from side to side. And then extend those legs up like seated staff pose, only now we're lying on our back. Nice, strong, straight legs, flex toes, palms down next to your sides, pressing in. You're gonna do a couple leg lowers and lifts. So just gently squeezing the ankles together, the legs together, lower those feet with utter control. And then lifting when you're ready. That might be the exhale, but both. You might be breathing several times, that's fine too. We'll just do two more at your own pace, nice and controlled. Just acknowledging our core. When the back starts to come off the mat, the low back, just start to bring those legs back up. Kind of pressing that low back into the mat as we can. And then hug those knees again, release that beautiful belly. Bring the soles of the feet to the mat right in front of your hips for bridge pose. Maybe angle those feet in, pigeon toe a little bit, toes towards each other, palms on the mat. Roll onto the flat parts of your shoulder blades. Then when you're ready, press through those heels and lift the hips up. You can interlace fingers underneath if that's available, or just keep pressing your hands down. If you do interlace your fingers, pull more onto the tops of your shoulders. As you press your belly button and those hip points up, up, up. And then coming down, hug your knees, rock back and forth. Beautiful. Extend the right leg, hug that left knee in. We're going to draw that left knee towards the right, twisting, holding that right knee. Let the left arm reach up, over to the side, whatever feels good. If you want to twist through the neck, then gaze towards your left. Just a nice supported twist here. Noticing our breath is slowed down. Still allow it to go deep into your low belly. And then gently undo. Bring your right knee in for that hug. Notice the difference in your back and your hips. When you're ready, extend the left leg. Pull that right knee in. Good hug. Then with your left hand, pull that knee towards the left. Finding the twist here. Nice and slow, easy. Right arm can go up or out to the side. Gaze may follow it if that feels safe on your neck. No forcing. Definitely breathing. One more lovely breath. Sinking any deeper. Beautiful. And then coming back through center, give those knees a hug. Maybe finding happy baby. Reaching in between the knees, find the outer edges of your feet. And you can stay right here. Maybe the soles come together and that feels good enough. Or you can pull the knees down and imagine the soles of the feet facing the ceiling. Pull those knees towards your armpits, maybe, if that's where you're at. Beautiful. Then release and let those feet find the end of your mat, corners of your mat. Shimmy and move around. Get comfortable. Do any last moves or stretches. Palms facing up. Eyes are closed. Maybe here. Surrender. Relax. Let go. Be held. Let that breath return to any easeful, natural rhythm. As effortless as possible as you get heavier and sink deeper into the floor. Starting to notice your breath. Wiggling your fingers or your toes. Maybe reaching those arms overhead, let that feel good. And then gently rolling to one side. Use that arm as a pillow and rest here. Taking our presence, our awareness with us. Notice your body. Let it be relaxed for one more moment. And gently press up. We're going to find your seat. Bring those palms together in front of our heart space. Tuck our chin in, that humble appreciation. Now we are ready for mindfulness. Now we are ready for some stillness of the mind. We have space for creativity to find us today without as much racket in the mind. We welcome creativity and appreciation. That appreciation in my heart space, and that light shines with your light. Namaste. Great day.